Hey, Kathy Scott, this is Zach Clark, and I just wanted to respond to your question about breaking down your donor list, donor segmenting, if you will, and how you can tackle that. We teach a lot about this. There's several different ways, ranging from simple to more complex. In particular, though, you mentioned you've got 3,000 people on your donor list. I'm assuming these are people that have given at some point. How do you begin to segment that? So let me walk you through the framework that we would encourage you to use, and I really hope this is helpful. It looked like you were thinking toward levels of giving and who do you visit face to face and that sort of thing. So let me walk you through kind of higher level prospect planning and then how you would actually segment that based upon strategy. Okay, because face to face is a strategy, small group meetings are a strategy, large group meetings or large group communication is a strategy. So let me walk you through the framework. Okay, first of all, you look at who are the donors to retain. We want to retain as many as we possibly can. So everyone that gave in the previous calendar year is a donor to retain this calendar year. And you would take that list and you would sort it largest gift to smallest gift. Next, you would take what we would call your donors to regain. These would be previous people who gave prior to last calendar year or even earlier, but they haven't given since. So you have all calendar year to regain them, and you want to regain some. So if you retain as many as possible and regain some, your giving is likely to grow before you even recruit one new donor. The third list is donors to recruit. Those are people that you are focusing on in your non-donor list, or that they gave so many years ago that they're not essentially non-donors, or they're new people coming into your organization through events or volunteering or fundraising efforts, whatever. Who are the people we're going to focus on to recruit as new givers? And then the last group is non-donors. People who it's been so long since they've given or they're on our list and they've never given. We're going to release some of them. We're targeting some of them to recruit, put in our donors to recruit list. We're going to just communicate with them, send them some quality content, but essentially we're not going to put a lot of energy and effort into growing their giving. So that's the first way that you segment donors. Donors to retain, donors to regain, donors to recruit, and then non-donors. Then you apply strategy. I'll move my hand, my arm's getting tired there. Then you apply your strategy, okay? So you look at your donors to retain first, they're your priority, and you only have 3 strategies to choose from: face-to-face, small groups, large groups. So depending upon how the levels of giving and the levels of giving that really drive your total giving revenues, you have to draw a line somewhere in your face-to-face strategy. You probably can't see all those people. Now, the line that I really always encourage people to start with is $1,000 and up. I've never seen an organization grow so large that it couldn't profoundly benefit over the long haul by meeting with 1,000 donor and up people face to face. Now, if you need to go lower than that, obviously 500 and up is really ideal. Even this, we're doing this as a compromise, not because we like to. In a perfect world, we would see everyone face to face because the giving is that significant and that important, and it's about the individual and the relationship, not just the amount. But you have to draw a line somewhere for your face to face. Small group strategies are nearly as effective as face to face, so it's a good way to multiply your capacity. You can't meet with everyone face to face. In fact, I would say you can't really manage more than 200 relationships face to face yourself. So you've got to use a small group strategy in there somewhere. And then, of course, large group strategy, which I prefer to not use very much with donors to retain other than communication. But that's what you do. You essentially go through your individuals and in those lists, retain, regain, recruit, and non-donors. And in the retain, regain, and recruit, you're looking at what strategy am I using. And again, I wouldn't worry quite so much about level of giving, but much more about where are you having to draw the line because of your capacity. You can only see 200. In fact, if you do better with 200 people face to face this year, you're going to have a shocking result in terms of your giving. And then you use your small group strategies and your large group communication or your large group events to be able to reach these larger and larger groups of people. So that's how I would break that down, especially with a list that large. And another thing to be aware of is when you're looking at your donors to regain, look at recency. Okay, so not just how much did they give, but how recently did they give? What was their last gift? And you start chipping away, because the farther back in time you go, the harder it is to regain that donor. So there's several different ways to look at it, but that's the one that I would really encourage you to. It's going to keep your world simple. It's going to help you look at the individuals. And it's going to help you select strategies that are going to have the most impact on helping these people see what God is doing in your organization, so that you can, at the right time in the right way, whether that's face-to-face or in a small group setting or in a broader communication or event, at the right time in the right way, you're going to challenge them to make the difference that only they can make on the work. So, and obviously having a clear plan of the impact of giving helps people do that. So Kathy, I appreciate you so much. It's great to hear from you. Always admiring your work. Keep moving forward out there, and let me know how we can serve you better, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.